Sorry about the lack of uploads the last few days. There was just some stuff going on, personal stuff. We'll leave it at that. The good news, I think YouTube fixed the pin issue, so the pin comments can return, I think. We'll find out for sure in this video. Here's what I want to talk about today, though. Ladies and gentlemen, Concord is still alive. It's now confirmed Marvel's Wolverine character designs were created by the last surviving members of the Concordian team. They even share the same character artist. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So, yeah, Jean Grey, she's been pretty infamous in Marvel's Wolverine because they essentially butchered her looks. And yeah, wonderful. They got the Concord team working at Insomniac, apparently. Well, not the full team, a couple character designers. And it's just baffling. Hey, people that suck at character design and don't even seem to like video games, let's have them work on a Wolverine game. One of the most iconic characters that a lot of people love. Let's have these losers work on that game with this established character. What could possibly go wrong? Concord's character designer was responsible for the designs of the new Wolverine game. Imagine being part of a $400 million flop and still being given a key role in the video game industry. Yeah, it's another thing we see very often. These people fail upwards. So that might be some of the other designs that, oh my gosh, dude, it's so bad. I couldn't even finish talking. It's so bad. So Mackenzie Patrick, allegedly, did she make these designs as well, or in part, helped work on them with other people maybe? So yeah, that's supposed to be Mystique in the top right and Jean Grey in the bottom left. Let's actually, oh gosh, maybe I shouldn't have zoomed in. Instant regret, instant jump scare, but yeah. Modern audience Mystique. Wait, hold on a second. You're telling me that there's more. It gets better, guys. Don't worry. Wolverine's saved. I know you were skeptical, but it's all looking good now. Because we got Brittany Morris on the job. The writer of LGBT novels for Black teenagers is the lead screenwriter for Wolverine. She was the same one who ruined the story of Spider-Man 2. So a writer for LGBT novels for Black teenagers is the lead writer of the Wolverine team, apparently. Even if they want to say, oh, she's not the lead writer, she's just on the team. Okay, still. Hypothetically, if that's their counterpoint, okay, still. And that might not even be true. Maybe she really is the lead writer. Her bio says advanced writer at Insomniac. And then on top of that, yeah, we've also got ex-Concord character designers on the team for the character designs. Insomniac's really bringing their A-game here, aren't they? A couple days ago, I also talked about Insomniac's communications director playing victim over all of this in a video I made, as mentioned a couple days ago. And I also tweeted about this, saying AAA studio with toxic positivity culture puts out overpriced corpo slop, gets criticism online, then plays victim. Next, gaming journalists will write about how evil gamers are hurting innocent devs because they just want people to unquestionably consume product. That was back on August 16th. By the way, 7K likes on this one, not bad, thank you guys. And then literally the next day on August 17th, the gaming journalists, as expected, began running damage control. Just as predicted, articles like Marvel's Wolverine is another victim of the internet's endless gaming negativity. And of course I tweeted about that, writing, called it, jokes aside, we all knew this was going to happen. Gaming journalists always defend the corpos, they are so predictable. Yeah, it wasn't a bold prediction, like I said. I mean, we all knew that that was going to be the next part of the playbook. They used to take it even further though. They kept trying to revive this thing called Gamergate. Yeah, this thing called Gamergate, you might have heard about it. And the journalists and the corpos kept trying to revive it so they could try and say, hey, the Gamergate harassment campaign is coming after innocent people. Then they literally do the grift. They literally turn around and start saying, hey, send your donations to us. We're standing up against the hate. Sometimes they even go to the government and try to get additional funding from the government through this whole grift of trying to present individual critiques from individual gamers as some sort of massive coordinated harassment campaign, which obviously was not the case. Back to Wolverine though. We've talked about some of the gameplay issues from prior videos, and this one we're talking about more of the team. And now a different point of contention has been getting brought up by people online, that being the voice acting. This tweet reads, we need to have a long overdue conversation about the state of American voice acting in video games, which is a response to this clip titled First Look at Wolverine vs. Sabretooth Cutscene in Marvel's Wolverine.
You want to call the shots? Kick Essex's ass! Take charge! You won't! You just give a shit when it suits you! You don't even want to be here. You're right. I thought you were back. We were back. But you ain't ever coming back.
Hey, keep your drink. Come on, Vic.
Let's check out some comments. We've got, it literally sounds like the Breaking Bad anime dub clip. I'm a dub glazer, and even I thought this was terrible. The voices don't even match the characters. I have no issue with dubbing when it's done well. I'd listen to English over another language, but the quality on a lot of the stuff is horrendous. It isn't just Sony. Everything NOA touches is terrible too. Dude, I play Star Fox in German because the US voices are bad. Same goes for Breath of the Wild and, what was TOTK again? Tears of the Kingdom, that's right. Every time Side UK or Liquid Violet UK gets the job, the voice work is so much better than US studios. See Xenoblade, FromSoft Games, or Expedition 33. Yeah, this is exclusively an American issue. The English voice work in Xenoblade is always top-notch. I agree, but this particular instance, I don't think it's too bad. Star Fox was the most mediocre in recent memory. Sabretooth here sounds like that Jesse Pinkman dub meme. And this comment reading, American VAing in general, absolute trash outside of like 3 or 4 people. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. For anime too. Like, I do listen to dubs fairly often for 2 main reasons. When I watch anime, I like to multitask. I'll have like anime on one screen and I'll be gaming on the other screen. And also, I'm just a very quick reader. So subtitles, like, I'm done reading the subtitles in like millisecond. And then it kind of drags on when I'm already done reading the subtitles, but the scene is still going. It kind of like becomes disjointed. Sometimes, depending on the anime, it doesn't matter. But some anime, it's like more noticeable if it's slower paced anime. So I do listen to dubs fairly often because of that reason. And yeah, dude, there's just something so bad about a lot of English voice actors. I think they used to be pretty good, in my opinion. Like some of the older anime, like 90s and early 2000s anime, even going up to like around 2010. But at some point, they just started to get like very bad. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they were all great back in the day either. There were definitely bad dubs. But interestingly enough, even the bad dubs back then felt like they were still putting like passion and trying. They were still trying to be unique, and they were still like somewhat passionate about it, even if it didn't end up being good. Nowadays, though, a big problem I have with these VAs, dude, they don't sound like there's any passion there at all. On top of that, you also see that the voice direction that the VAs are given, there's like the same handful of archetypes that they use over and over and over again. There's no creativity, there's no passion. And then on top of that, a lot of the VAs just suck at the work too. And they're not hired on merit, they're hired on nepotism and cronyism. That's it. Hey, did you bootlick SAG-AFTRA enough? Hey, did you virtue signal enough? Okay, good, you got the job. Oh, you didn't? Okay, we'll give it to the person who did. They don't actually care about, oh, you're actually good at the work. Now, I do agree as well with what that person said. Like, there is a handful of VAs that are still good out there, English VAs. But they're very few and far between. And that number's just getting less and less. And yeah, just to clarify, that criticism, I'm directing that specifically at English VAs, mainly out of the United States. So that criticism is not directed at VAs of other languages, etc., etc. Y'all get the point. Just wanted to clarify, though. And yeah, that's some of the stuff that's been going on. Again, apologies for the lack of uploads the last few days. This is catching me up, though. So thank you all very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the coverage, and I'll see you in the next one.